Located just outside Kamloops, BC in Canada, Sun Peaks Bike Park has some of the best trails in the world, all under one chairlift. Last week, I showed you just how good the opening day was and featured a whole range of trails, including some flow, some tech, and even some jumps. But in this video, I'm going to only focus on the hardest rated trails, the double blacks. Even though Sun Peaks has started to expand its offering of beginner and intermediate trails, the steep terrain offers riders truly challenging laps and a place to push your skills. It's home to 7 double black rated trails, and on this opening weekend, only one was closed. Sweet one. After a rainy Saturday, this Sunday turned out to be ideal weather, and the mountainside had dried up to be perfect hero dirt. Joining me was my housemate Dan and YouTuber Nick from the channel VanCan. I completed a warm-up lap and started my challenge of riding every double black trail that was open. The double black trails are also ranked in terms of difficulty on the main map, so we tried to follow this guide. Dropping into Insantiy One, I had already ridden this trail on the previous day. It's a tech trail and for sure has some tricky steep parts. But the more times I rode this trail, the more comfortable I was about each of these steep parts, and it was a pretty enjoyable lap. There was only one section I kept getting stuck on, this drop.
Did it again. No, this self-employed business decision.
Of course, there's going to be a lot of GoPro effect going on in this video, but I couldn't wrap my head around this feature. Despite being assured by my riding pals that this was fine, I had an irrational reaction and froze up on it. It'll still be there the next time I come back, so I didn't let it get to me. I was riding on my downhill bike this week, Scott Gambler, which you can find more information about in the link in the description below, and I've set it up mullet style with a 29-inch wheel on the front and a 27.5 out back, and it was amazing. This wooden bridge got the better of me yesterday with it being wet, but this time I trusted my tyres and rolled straight through it.
Yeah, come on. Cool.
And that was the first trail in the bag.
Even did the wood.
Yeah, did the wood. Nice.
Next lap, we headed down Insantiy One again to go and find Sticky One, which was my favourite trail that we rode this weekend. It was steep again, but I mean, all of these trails are going to be steep. But this was built really well and the dirt was perfect.
Oh, hold on.
There was only one tricky feature, but it was a rock roll.
Oh, it's a roll.
And regular viewers will know that this is my speciality, and I ticked it off pretty quick.
Cruisy.
There are these caution arrow signs on features similar to this that make it look like a drop. But actually it's rollable and it just gets a bit steeper. After this roll, you join into Honey Drop, which is the hardest trail in the park.
This is the gnarly bit. Alright, okay, go on, you go first.
I was a bit nervous as the other two had ridden it the day before and warned me what was about to come. But after a deep breath, I rolled over the start of the section and just focused on my body position.
Don't do that.
Keeping my weight balanced front and back and not getting too keen with the brakes. But really, there wasn't much to worry about in this section. Of course, later on, I discover what this trail is really about. Just keep watching.
Oh boy.
In the last video, this dude Jamie came up and asked myself and Dan if we could join him for a lap. And boy, did some people take this as me crushing this kid's dreams. The truth is that I was up against it for time and I had to get that lap done and get straight back to the hotel and start editing the video to release it the following morning. Of course I felt bad I couldn't ride with him. So when I saw him and his buds in the lift line, of course I said, hey, come and join us for a lap. I asked if the next trail was in their skill set.
Yes.
Yes.
That they understood that I'm not making them ride this trail.
Yes.
And that it was their decision to ride this trail with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool, so now that's out of the way, we headed down the top of Insantiy One and made our way to Smitty Steeps.
Ooh.
Jamie bowed out of this trail as he said his brakes weren't feeling that great. I mean, Shimano's are available at your local bike shop.
Is there anything to watch out for?
Just like the first part's good and then sometimes
There might
there's
be a
rut.
rut.
Smitty Steeps is just straight down. The kids said that a rut does form as the season goes on,
It's a huge channel.
but as you can see, the trail is just deep anyway. I was taking it easy on this one, but I would love to come back and have a few laps down it just to get a bit more comfortable.
Oh, good job we got these Saint brakes on, that's for sure. Oh boy. No, put out.
I got unstuck right near the end of the chute when I second guessed my line choice.
That was steep, wasn't it?
That's one of the steepest longest trails.
It joins back into the end of Insanity One, and I cruise down Burminator with my new pal, Jamie. Clearly, he knows this trail pretty well, and he was flying down it.
Oh,
I love that one.
yeah, I can tell.
We finished the lap, and I
Nice
gave
one, my
them
dude.
every Pull the Punter sticker I had, and headed
Distribute
back up the
them as
lift
you
for the
see
next
fit.
one.
Dan content, everyone.
We headed over to the trail called Creeper, and really, I'm not too sure why this one's a double black. I mean, it's tricky in parts for sure, but on the whole, I'd say it's easier than the rest.
Oh,
Of course, that didn't stop me getting freaked out by this one section, and despite multiple run-ups,
ah, fuck. Damn.
I just couldn't get comfy on my line
and
choice.
again.
I should have just rolled straight over this thing and known my bike would have eaten it up no problem. But I didn't. No idea why. That's just how it went. Next time I'll get it right. Now, I wanted to follow the difficulty ladder and head into Gnarboom next, but Nick had to call it after this lap. So honey drop it had to be. Now, before we start, this is a dramatic reenactment of me watching GoPro footage of honey drop the night before. Dad, this does not look that steep. This is no different to the stuff we've been running today, mate.
No, it's really steep.
Well, watch me drop into this no problem tomorrow morning. This is going to be easy. So easy. And I'm sure that's how you all are going to react as well. This is the start of where things get serious on this trail. And I was not ready for just how serious. Right at the start, I watched Nick slide out after this first turn.
Oh, he's alright.
And then I saw
shit.
what I was getting
Raining.
myself into.
Oh,
Unfortunately, there isn't a word that indicates that something is steeper than the word steep itself.
not this trip.
But if there was, I would use it right now. This trail is tight, it's gnarly, and my brain just said no.
Oh, that's really scary. I'm not good.
I really couldn't figure this out, and could only see bad things happening, so I chickened out. This was my limit on the double black stuff, and I'm not afraid to show this.
Oh boy. Ah, it's a massive. I'm done.
Remember, this channel is all about me improving my skills on a bike, so if I mess things up,
It's so steep.
I'm going to tell you about it.
So much harder than the other double blacks.
I will, for sure, be coming back to some peaks in the future, and I'm going to spend some time figuring this section out. It definitely played with my head for the rest of the trail, and I lost so much confidence. I wouldn't even ride this section, which isn't even that big a deal.
Oh, it's gone. Everything.
But I did eventually get back on the Gambler and rode the end of Honey Drop half decently, getting back into a positive headspace. With Nick gone, myself and Dan had one more trail to ride, Gnarboom. We came down this on the previous day and I walked the whole thing, too scared to drop into the steep abyss. But I didn't want to leave this one, and so after a quick track walk and line choice picking, I knew I'd be fine. I just had to drop in.
Oh, that's so gross. I think I'm gonna miss this bit out.
I chose the left entrance and dropped it.
Oh my god. Come on. Yes! Come on!
I was so happy to tick this one off. This is the first time this year that I've actually got over something I was previously scared of, and it felt amazing. Hopefully, there's more of this to come. Having ridden all around the world, I've got to say that Sun Peaks is probably my favourite bike park of them all. It's got everything, and these steep trails are what I really enjoy. Pushing my riding and building my confidence while keeping me in check. If you enjoyed this video, there's more to come, so hit the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss an episode, and hit the like button to tell me you liked it. But most importantly, watch it twice. Cheers punters, I'll see you next time.